man, I be going in the studio with these guys and like they be like, yo, man, like,
go for it.
Please,
go
man.
For it.
Just like, take the drums, take whatever, take this out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just be like, yo, this dude knows how to turn this up. This dude know how to do this. He knows how to do this. Like, I can do this. I can get us all in a room, and this is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
I have the kick spaced out from the 808 in different spots, you know, to create more like a groove type of thing. Instead of hitting at every point, just like kick. You know what I'm saying? Comes back in. With the hi-hats and all the snares and everything, you know, it just adds for like a bounce, like kind of creates a groove. You know, I got the clap right here. Add a snare on top of it, you know, layer up. Hit in a couple places. Now the drum's low, so in my opinion, I think it would sound better for a lower snare, so I'm gonna take that down one note. See, now it's like a little meaner. Just sounds a little better. So everything together creates for a better groove because you got the 808 working one way, the kicks working in a different direction, along with the hi-hats, the snares, and the clap. So everything's really just bouncing off of each other, and you know that's what creates a nice groove.
Some other artists, I don't want to run through the whole thing, but what exactly are you doing in the studio other than just writing your verses?
Well, when I first came into the game, I like made beats. That's like what I did. Like I had to like give people my own beats. You know, but then, you know, as an artist, as I got bigger as an artist, I like kind of lost a lot of time to be able to make beats because I wanted to focus on raps. Because I feel like when I came up here, I wasn't the best rapper. I had the best beats. You know what I'm saying? I was doing Cruel Summer. I worked on Yeezus, Jay-Z album. And with those albums, by the time I got to like Jay-Z album, I was already having like ill songs. So it turned into like me just, you know, giving people my songs. You know, on like Ye album or with her album, like, you know, I sat and worked with them on the whole album, like whether it was for like 2 or 3 months, just listening to mad beats, picking mad beats, whether it's different people beats or taking people beats and breaking them down, taking out the drums, put my drums.
How did you know how to like craft something that will work for something else, for someone else?
I always I'm gonna tell y'all something about myself. When I first came in, I always made music to make it like other people. I don't know if that makes sense, but like
you were mimicking other styles.
I was mimicking other like artists when I was like 13 years old, 14 years old, making beats and making music just to like get the sound, right? And so like, you know, I think every producer, any young producer, like when they do that, they make like their favorite rapper. They make the same beat, make the same rap. They're like, okay, this how they did it.
To understand
it completely, okay, the breakdown. So then when I grew up, I was like, okay, now you gotta translate it to your own sound and da-da-da. So that kind of like, you know, grew me up, you know, like welded me just to like, when I go in a room with somebody I know. And I'm a big fan of people, man. See, a lot of people feel they self.
You gotta definitely raise the bar though, but that would make it fun. Like, okay, now, when you the leader, you know what I'm saying? Like when you one of the leaders, you know what I mean? There's multiple leaders though, so you gotta compete with those people though. But at the end of the day, we all got the same common understanding that we are leading this generation. Like as far as like what our sound though, like and how it's going.
Plus, don't you think it makes your game better? Like if you know what the other leaders are doing and you're an inspired type dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, but for the most part, we all know what's going on with each other because we all working together constantly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so it ain't like they doing things that we don't know about though.
And I think it keeps you sharp.
Yeah,
you know
it keep each one of us sharp,
right?
Because like, let's say, if like, it's all three of us, we all separate entities and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we all constantly working together and stuff. Let's say, if like like just for me just being around and stuff and making beats, like I don't and like let's say if I'm not around, like you know what I'm saying, I still can be there. Like my name could still be in the mix without me being there. You understand what I'm saying? Like with us sticking together though, it's like it make all our names like kind of valuable like together and apart though.
Well, that's what you just said. I mean, you've been on tour not making beats, but that hasn't diminished the fact that Sonny Digital is a leader in the space.
Exactly.
Because you've earned that respect, and now we're just waiting for you to come back.
I feel like a big part of music nowadays is collaborating, but I also like want to protect my sound, so like I'm kind of picky of who I like to collaborate with. I collaborate with Q Beats a lot because I feel like we have a good chemistry, and every time like we like make a beat or like make a song, it like becomes like a big record. And then for the hook, I put gross beat on it. I just half speeded the one part. And then for the intro, I added like a texture underneath. And that's like, I just like chopped up the loop and like put like a texture on it and gross beaded it and stuff. So the intro together is just, I feel like that gave it like an anthem feel. Stacking is like a big component of making music. I'm not gonna like use one melody and just like loop it throughout the whole thing. I'm gonna like add different textures, gross beat this part, have this texture, and just like have like little like formulas of how I want like it to change throughout the beat. Definitely my drums are what makes my beats fire. Breaking it down, these are like all the different hi-hats that I put into it. Because my beats are so simple, the random hi-hats and stuff, I feel like they like fill in the beat. And then with the Murda chant. You hear that chant in all my beats. It's just like an old sound from like a drum kit I found when I first started producing, and I just like liked it. It sounded like someone saying like hot or some shit, right? And then the claps with the snare. And then the 808 with the kick. I like kept it really simple because I couldn't really like hear what was going on, because like I said, I made it on like the smallest like speaker ever, probably like a speaker like this big. So I just kept it on like the right note. Just the simplicity of the bells and the 808 together, I feel like is a standout component of this beat. That's definitely the key of the beat.
That's why he the greatest artist, man, because he got that focus, man, of like, I don't care if it's a feature, I'm treating this like it's my song. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And as an artist, that's how I treat the beats. When y'all see me get on the feature with like the No Limit Usher joint, I had to redo the whole drums on the whole thing. I ain't like the drums. I wanted the drums to be
And you
harder.
could tell someone like Usher, like, nah, I don't like this the way it is?
No, and Usher, yeah. I mean, Usher came to me, he's like, yo, if you want to do the drums, man, take it over. I was like, thank you.
But that's got to be a crazy honor coming from someone like Usher.
No,
I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, man, I be going in the studio with these guys, and like, kind of, they be like, yo, man, like,
Go for it.
please,
Just go
man,
for it.
just like, take the drums, take whatever, take this out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just be like, yo, this dude knows how to turn this up. This dude know how to do this. He knows how to do this. Like, I can do this. I can get us all in a room, and this is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
At what point in time, what were the incidents that led you to being able to work commercially? Did somebody discover you? Did you accidentally get on a record? Was it just people notice your beats?
The way I was discovered really was through beat battles. It was like the Battle of the Beat Makers in Toronto. I was 17. I went to the first one ever.
Yeah.
And I ended up winning the next like 3 years in a row.
Did you?
Yep.
Don't mess with him.
It was pretty cool, yeah. And it was just something a friend had told me about in high school. I was known in high school as the guy who made music, the only guy who really made music in my high school. Me and T Minus, who actually we both went to the same high school.
Yeah.
So we're literally the only music guys in school. And a friend had just told me, yo, you should go to this competition. You know, I think you're good. And I was scared. I was the youngest person in the competition.
Wow.
17 against all these grown men, naming equipment I've never heard of.
Right.
This guy's like, I use an ASR 10 and this and that. I only used Fruity Loops.
That's it.
So I was really intimidated and young, and I was just like, man, I'm probably gonna lose, but ended up winning. So
And winning, and winning.
Yep, and
Wow.
meeting people throughout, just winning. Every time I go, every year I'd meet different people.
Sure.
And just gain notoriety like that.
Amazing.
Your dance hall background, I'm fascinated by this. Can you explain, even if you have to do some beats or something, explain to those of the audience that don't quite understand what dance hall is?
Well, dance hall music is it's like upbeat reggae, Jamaican. Was crafted in Jamaica. Dance hall music. I've been listening to it since I was a baby. My dad used to only play dance hall. Before even hip hop, it was dance hall in my household at all times. So I didn't even really know hip hop like that until my sister started going to school, listening to R&B and stuff like that. And other music started getting introduced to me. But before that, it was all dance hall. And it's just basically upbeat Jamaican music, for the clubs, for anything really. And it's great music. That's my first love in music, really, was dance hall.